morning, everyone. Welcome to Damage Does D&D, our persistent campaign, Helloran Rising, where a bunch of motley crew fought some stuff. But what do I know? I will hand you over to Trellador, who does know everything that happened last week.
I am fairly content in my relaxed meditative state, contemplating all the good I've done recently and how far along the journey to controllable power I am, when I'm rudely awakened by my group of acquaintances. Apparently, both Celeste and Miette have separately had some sort of revelation about our situation. I mean, honestly, maybe if the group spent more time sleeping than talking, we'd get more done, but who am I to rock the boat and cause problems? It seems our friendly fog is back, and carefully considering all the implications, we make a tactical retreat. For now. Of course, a champion like me could have handled it solo. It is, after all, essentially weather. I am a team player now, and defer to the others. Oh, champion of Reorcs, I should say, just in case he's listening. The scar, although it pains me to say, hurts. Admitting that is even more difficult than the scar itself. But the rest of the group are generally unaware of the great burden that I am carrying with style and grace every day. If only they knew what sacrifices I've made for them, they may treat me a little bit better, with a degree of respect. But I, as ever, remain humble. We make it to a place of relative safety, and I ask dear Florian whether he has any more thoughts about the odd mumbling Celeste did in a strange language when inspecting my wound. He doesn't, bless him. We arrive at the camp, and the other, Gus, decides to go and scout ahead. I mean, someone has to do it now that snow has sailed away dramatically to change the world. I fear the water might have gone to his head, but that is his problem. I use this opportunity to station myself at the back, leaning on my axe. To the simple folk, it looks like I'm wholly aware of my surroundings, assessing the situation and ready to protect my companions, again, if the need arises. Actually, I'm struggling. The wound is almost unbearable, and those runes we passed did something to it that was deeply unpleasant. Oh, and also I have a tail. I must have a word with Reorcs about this. Gus reports back. Place is full of dead dwarfs with an elf and a tiefling thrown in for good measure. We see some figures in the distance. After a little confusion, we ascertain that it's Lorks and Big Dunks. I remember Melissa using that name before, but I admit I don't pay a lot of attention to most people. They have a brief talk, and we decide to use the well to escape. I take immediate charge of the situation, marshalling my troops and coordinating the effort. Melissa and Gus, however, take things into their own hands and fire. I use my considerable charm and charisma to assert to Melissa that she should stop. But she doesn't. Must be some powerful magic at play if you refuse my command. We end up fighting, which obviously was my first choice all along. I must admit it was tougher than I expected. Melissa's god-not a god demon thing, Veil, shows up, which I'm sure they'll all find fascinating. I briefly lose my sight, but it does not slow me down, and after a little magic trick from dear Florian, my sight is restored. I charge at Lorks. I do considerable damage to him. I'll admit I'm lost in the combat and unaware of what is going on around me. However, with considerable skill, I manage to bring Lorks down to death's door, leaving him just on the brink of death, and I graciously allow Celeste to deliver the killing blow. After all, I'm all about charity.
Absolutely first class. Thank you, Trellador. That's exactly how I remembered it too. So, you are on this battlefield. Well, most of you are on this battlefield. Miette is far away. You can see her. She's further away.
Off camera.
Far off camera. With Veil and the slumped body of Big Dunks. The rest of you, looking around, there's the body of Lork. What do you want to do?
I want to go up to him and stamp on his head.
Okay. Yeah, you...
I'm a bit angry about all the dead dwarves. Doesn't matter that he didn't kill them. You know.
fair enough. You wander up and stamp on his face. Yeah.
Okay, that's me now. I'll walk away again.
Crunches into the hillside.
Is everybody all right? We all okay?
Just a
Never
flesh
bet.
wound.
Never better.
Yeah, I'll be fine. And I start walking off towards where Miette and Vale
Okay.
went.
Yorick, I think we need to gather up all our brothers and sisters here and put them in the cave and bury them in stone. And you can say a prayer for them.
I will help you with this.
Yes, you are a half brother. You can come and help.
Can we make sure that Lork is actually dead? That necklace did something, didn't it?
Chop him up and burn him.
I mean, half of his skull's on the end of Celeste's dagger, so
I still
think
don't
he'll
trust
come
it.
back. I don't know if it would be this body or another, but they don't call him the Undying for nothing. And I'll just sort of kneel down next to him and just start checking over what he has on him.
Okay, you're going to loot the body. Make an investigation check.
Wow, 9.
9. You find, he has a number of gaudy, showy rings on with different coloured stones. There are 4 of those.
Are they worth anything?
Looking at them, you could probably get Melissa to cast a proper eye over them, but yeah, you suspect they're worth a couple of 100 gold each,
I'll
probably.
just take them.
Okay, you have 4 rings. One has a ruby in it, one has a sapphire, one has a garnet, and one has a diamond. They're all gold. He has a pouch with 1,000 gold in it.
I'll take that too.
Okay. So, Yorick, Gus, and Trelador, you're all moving bodies across to
We're
the
going to take
cave.
them into the cave and then pile stones on them from the rockfall.
That's cool.
Just cover them like a stone cairn. Like dwarves
Absolutely.
would do.
Yep. Absolutely, that's fine. That'll take you a while to get that
Oh,
done.
yeah.
We will follow Miette. You are in front of this tiefling-looking woman who appears to be growing as the chains unwrap and unravel from her. Appears to be... It's strange. She seems to be almost increasing in size and attractiveness. When she was in the chains, she looked small, defenceless, haggard, ill almost. And as the chains unwrap, you can see her filling out and becoming a glow. And she has a presence that reminds you of Melissa. That super confident, everybody look at me, I'm fantastic and I'm here to help you type of vibe that Melissa gives off. And she looks at you and says, "Well now, I have you to thank for freeing me from this entrapment. May I know your name?"
Yes.
Yet. I am Vale. I am
Melissa has told us about you.
Melissa? Melissa's here? You know Melissa? And she spins round as you point to see Melissa walking towards her. She just stands there, looking at you, Melissa, as you walk towards her.
Probably get to a point a few feet away, kind of looking at her. Are you all right?
Oh, honey, I'm fine. I'm always fine, you know me. But listen, you shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. She's coming. You know that. She's coming. She's going to get us.
I know.
I tried. I used the well to get away. I left Dunks. He said he would guard it with his life. And I left. But the next thing I know is I woke up with, and she turns around, this beautiful tabaxi rescuing me from this, and she points at the chain, this entrapment.
The work of Maharalok,
Haralorg. I know that name.
known as the Undying.
Yeah. He owes Fiona. Big time. Oh.
Incredibly.
I get it. He was trying to use me to buy his freedom. I see. I understand. Right. Okay. That wouldn't have worked. She's kind of pissed.
At everything?
At it, pretty much everything. I mean, she's gonna get him. And she wants me. And she might want you. I mean,
I kind of look to the ground as she says that.
look, I'm really sorry. You signed a contract with me. It was genuinely with me. I kind of gave you some powers that I sort of stole from her.
Yeah, I just
I
pull the
just
shirt back a bit
I just
to show the scars.
wanted you to be the best kind of you could be.
I know you did.
I just wanted you because you were so good at spreading the love in the world, and I wanted you to be protected and have that power. And I didn't think she'd notice. She has so much, and I don't really have that enough to do what I did with you. So, and
She's already taken over that. Make threats to me.
she,
I die, I know where I'm going.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. We can run. Big Dunks had the well. We could find him, and we could.
I kind of point over to the slumped over corpse.
She turns. Oh no!
Necromancers.
He
He was
what?
already undead when we found him.
Oh man!
After you sent me and Florian north, we met up with some folks, me had included, and things got weird since. We found a temple that was a spitting image of the one back home in Dar. It seemed to have some kind of power to it, and I hold up the stone hand that I have.
What?
Some kind of strange flash magic. The same thing happened to Florian and another of our friends.
How is Florian? Is Florian okay?
Not doing great. She has Dakota. And
She?
yeah, she's trying to do some kind of ritual.
Shit.
Florian got marked by.
Oh no.
He
no,
got marked, but
What? But
seems that love keeps outpowering her because another of our friends who seems to be following the dwarven god reorcs now. It's a bit weird. I don't entirely understand it.
When I think
He's
of,
taken on the burden of the mark. Florian's doing all right, but it's
but she's
complicated.
using twin magic.
Yeah.
But
And
does this friend of yours have a twin?
not as far as I know. I've not asked him. He can be a bit.
Oh,
Wow.
I see. But Florian's okay, right?
He's all right. Just concerned for Dakota.
Okay.
But it's just us three left. When
What do
we
you
came
mean,
down
just us
south,
three?
when we came back down south, we had a bit of a diversion. We arrived back in Dar. Our temple had been taken over, it seemed. It was split between Temple of Hospitality, and there were a bunch of imitators. We figured it out and killed them, discovered some strange ooze-like creatures in the basement, in the foundations, and we found most everybody dead. I don't have it in my notes, the name of the tiefling that we found,
I would have to look at my notes, but yeah.
because my notes only go back
Just
to Larkham.
assume she knows who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
And
I see.
when we
I
got
see.
her out there and she passed away, the temple crumbled to rubble. That's when we followed you down to
I have done
the
so
Dead
much.
Forest. We followed you down to the Dead Forest,
I
found
didn't mean for you to
dumps.
follow me. Well,
I
you
didn't know
shouldn't have
what to
followed
do.
me.
I didn't know what to do.
I mean,
Seen many people impersonating you, and
that's got to be her doing that. Listen,
well,
Dunks. Oh, Dunks might not have the well.
we have it.
Maybe you have it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I objected to it
Perfect.
at first, but
Let's go. Put it down. Let's do it. Let's go. Me and you, right now. We'll just go. We'll take Florian and we'll go.
as much as I want to do that, we can't run from our problems. That's what I did before, and I may have gotten lucky meeting you and everyone at the temple, but
I'm not sure you did. Based on what's happening now.
but things are happening. We seem to have awoken a god or two.
Really? A god or two?
Well, we found multiple temples. One where this happened, another that had a bone claw hiding out in it, and not sure what happened with that one. But then we
Right.
found a temple to a god known as Peladas, god of
Okay.
waters. He's a bit nuts.
I mean, you know that Fiona was fighting the gods, right?
Yeah, I've learned that since. But
but there
we've
were
been-
gods on her side.
I had that suspicion. We found a tome that mentioned a sister of Peladas, goddess of fire. And
Yeah. That would be
As-
a mash. Yeah?
yeah,
She is, Wait. Fiona's got Dakota, right?
yeah.
Did you find the temple? You haven't found the temple of Amash.
No,
That's
we
where she'll
have-
be.
Okay, need to figure out where that is.
It's in
Somewhere
a
else.
place called the Fire Wastes.
Fire wastes.
Yeah, I remember. There was a
Oh,
temple, an ancient
familiar
rune
with
temple
Place
to
like that.
Amash.
We've had contact with lots of gods. Maharalork was working alongside one as well.
I find that really difficult to believe.
Ardiac.
Nobody works for the RDA. Nobody's desperate and stupid enough to talk
I don't know what
RDA.
to say, but we've fled from that Kittle Fog more times than I can count.
Right.
We've
RDA must
also-
have been bored or crazed or something.
I don't know. But we've also, as I said, we've
Okay.
met people who follow reorcs, and we even had a chance meeting with Remora at one point, but
Right. But
it's been crazy.
I so missed you.
I've missed you too.
And she reaches out to take your shoulder and sort of
No, no.
just pulls back a little. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. And I'll go in for the hug.
Yeah, she pulls you in for a big hug.
Do we see this happening from where we are, where the battle ended?
Sure, yeah, it's not that far away. You can see that. And Miette's right there.
I'd probably start.
Yes, you're shamelessly listening to everything.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Unashamed.
Florian would start hastily moving forward when he sees contact between
Okay.
them. Won't get too close to it.
Okay.
Not stealthing or anything, but I'm just moving towards.
So as she somehow knows you're coming and looks up at you, and sort of pulls Melissa out of the hug. Now you get that hole ready. And starts to walk towards Florian.
I back off and go, "Is that you, Vale?
Florian, it's me.
Come on, tell me the truth now."
I'm so sorry, but I know where Dakota is.
Do you?
I do. She will be
Where?
in the Temple of Amash in the Fire Wastes.
You know what's coming, Chaz.
Insight check. Go for it.
Oh, it's going up, hasn't it? Because we gained level.
Efficiency.
25.
25. Yeah, this is Vale. This is every single movement and cadence of her voice. You remember instantly. Thinking back on those other people that claimed to be her, some of them were good, but none of them were like this. This is Vale. With every fibre of your being, you remember exactly how she moves, exactly how she speaks, and how she holds herself.
Okay.
If she's anywhere, she has to be in the Temple of Amash.
We can't just go there.
Why not?
Too much is at stake.
Well, you said, Melissa said that you don't have the mark anymore.
I don't, but
So
the person who does, what if they become intertwined?
it's twin magic. She did it to me all the time. She would get what she wanted by hurting me instead of hurting herself. And the bond between the twins she pulled, she knows how to use this. She knows what to do.
What would happen if it's not on somebody who doesn't have a twin?
I don't know.
Just give me 2 seconds, will you?
Of course, I understand. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry.
I walk back to Chelado. Can I have a word, please?
Can I stop you?
No, but just know the actual thing we've been trying to do and save the world and stop all of this shit from happening? I need an honest answer from you.
Well, you can count on that.
Your sister, you're not twins, are you?
No.
Positive?
I mean, I think I'd know.
Think you'd know.
Yes. As in, I can remember being different ages.
Okay.
I love the fact that Dan's frantically checking his backstory.
Yeah.
I was trying to work out whether older or younger.
Okay.
Do you not know this about me?
It's said, but I
You
think
just
it was
didn't think it was important to remember things
When
like
we-
that.
I remembered. It's just that when we first met, you weren't exactly the easiest person to get on with.
Yes, but I'm changed now. Look how approachable I am.
Very much so, and I thank you. And I take it everyone else is around her.
Have you worked out whether it's actually Vale?
It is. It's 100% Vale. I know that. And she apparently knows where Dakota is, my sister. Apparently we can use the well to get there. Try and save her.
Is that the place that I'm not meant to go?
We don't know. I asked her about that, and definitely don't have a twin, so I'll take that for win for the minute, but she says she does not know what will happen to somebody who's got that mark who doesn't have a twin.
Well, as far as I can remember, I'm not allowed to get this close. I've got to reunite you with your twin, but not come close to her. Because of,
My
you
twin,
know,
or
well, and Fiona.
who told you that?
I can't remember. Probably Reorks or Yorick or someone. I can't expect you to remember these things.
You're not gonna like this, but I think we're gonna need a bit of a chat to see what we are gonna do.
I could suggest a sleep.
That's definitely one thing we can do, but I'll go get the others over here.
Why don't you go into Rincevale for information about the scar? Anything that would help.
Potentially. I'll get him over here and we can all ask questions and I'll have a nice polite conversation, can't we?
I look forward to it.
Thank you, Chololo.
Thank you, Florian.
And then
So
I'll
forward.
do exactly what I did before and I'll walk back over to them and basically see if they'll come to the camp.
Okay, so Trellador, you turn back to your work assisting Gus and Yorick, and as you guys are putting the last of these rocks into place, is there anything particular you want to do or say?
I will just say a quick little prayer, but I will mention both Reorx and Remora and ask for them to help to see them through to what's next and whatever.
Okay, cool. Perfect, thank you. So, Celeste, are you up to anything in particular?
Well, once I've taken anything important off of Lork, I would continuously be casting Produce Flame until he's burnt to ashes.
Fair enough.
As we're walking back with the dwarfs, can I just go to Yorick and Gus? Can I have a quick word? Dwarf to whatever I am. This may sound like a really stupid question.
It's all right.
When
We're
you-
used to that.
I'm not very familiar with dwarfs. When you're growing up, is there any a period in your time when you develop a tail, and does it then go? Like a puberty tail?
No. Don't have tail.
New tails.
Your nose gets quite big, but not your tail.
So this isn't a Reorx thing, then.
Unless he's just having a laugh. And he does like doing that when he gets drunk.
Are you attempting to sort of show your tail to them?
I suppose so. I'm not wearing much armor, so I suppose it's hard to hide it. So
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yorick,
no.
Yorick, wait. Yorick, Gus, you look and there's no tail there.
Hey, what are you talking about? You don't have a tail.
do I see a tail?
Don't see a tail.
You're losing it, mate.
Oh, that was a joke.
I think you need to practice on them.
Yes.
Puberty tail. Inspiration if you don't already have it. I mean, that was just perfect.
Ignore me. Let's get back.
All right.
Okay. So as you walk towards where Celeste is started a fire, you notice it's where you left the body of Lork. It's now a roaring fire. Cozy. Miet, are you doing anything in particular? Watching this interaction between Melissa and Vale, and then Florian and Vale?
Yeah, I'm going to gather up that length of silver chain that had been
Okay.
wrapped around Vale if I can,
Yeah.
secure it away in the bags, and then kind of just happen to keep wandering into listening proximity.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to hear
to Vale.
everything. You pick up the length of
I can
chain,
imagine that
which
Miet's ears are just twitching.
is surprisingly light. You were expecting it to be really heavy and the amount of damage you had to do to it to break it, but it's really light. It's like, you know when you see like what looks a really heavy chain and then you pick it up and it's made of plastic? It's like, whoa, oh. It's like that as you put it in your bag.
All come in useful.
Indeed it will. It's about 20 feet long.
How long is it going to take me to remember how to update my inventory this time?
I don't know.
Oh,
So,
only 4 clicks. Nope.
Melissa, Vale watches Florian walk back to talk to Tranador. And as soon as he's out of earshot, she turns to you. We have to go. Let us just get in the hole and escape.
The last time we went through that hole, we ended up in a world that seemed dead. Not particularly wanting to go back in there.
Right.
And if Lork was able to pull you out, then who's to stop anyone else?
Yeah, but I didn't actually get anywhere. So he must have intercepted it.
Even still.
And he's dead. Right? Otherwise I wouldn't be here. With your beautiful friend, she points to Miet, who seems to be very quietly just standing there. I mean, she's collecting things, but are you okay, Miet? I mean, you're obviously very pretty and gorgeous, but do you need any kind of recompense? I can probably find some treasures of some kind and somewhere.
I won't object to treasures, but I'm glad to help a friend to be friend.
That's really nice. Just doing it to spread happiness and cheer. I like that. That's nice. So I see Florian is on the way back.
Yeah.
We could take him too. Just the 4 of us. We could go somewhere and just escape this world. And Fiona. I mean, come on.
I don't think we can.
Why not?
As much as
I'd
love to run, all of this feels far too important to run away from.
I mean, Is it? Really? I mean, Florian can go get his sister, and us three could go. Yet you'd be up for that, right? Go somewhere different and exciting.
I would like a chance for a sun holiday.
Absolutely. See?
So
Yeah, it's
you
up
know
for
how
it.
the well works.
Yeah, you
We didn't
jump.
have much luck when we tried it.
You jump in, you go somewhere. That's the fun of it. It's random.
Oh, I see.
Sounds about right.
Well, yeah. Fella I got it off, he told me how it works. You could pull it over yourself to take it with you. But I left it because I knew the dunks would destroy it, so I couldn't be followed.
He didn't, but
Yeah, I kind of guessed that. So what do you say? Us three could take a little vacation. Get out the hole. That's good. Let's do it.
How did Lurk find you when we had the hole, the well?
I don't know. The last thing I remember is I stepped through the well, and then there was a sort of tearing sensation. And I wasn't expecting that. Normally when you travel between planes or worlds, it's a sort of rushing, sort of woof. But this was horrible. It hurt. And then I remember my hands being tied. And then next thing I know, I wake up talking to you yet. So I can only guess that he's intercepted me somehow.
It wouldn't have been the twin magic binding you to this plane.
I can't see how. I mean, it could have been.
he has
Right.
been trying different things. We found some stuff he'd been working on
He who?
below Marlork.
Oh, right.
He'd been working on stuff beneath. Names have escaped me. Beneath Dornham. We found
Right.
this, and I'll pull out the book.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's
This is
she takes it from you. That should not be in anybody's hands.
it's also how we figured that you must be a sister to her, or
Kind of a twin.
Yeah.
You know. So, make a decision, honey. Get the well out, and the three of us can take a holiday. Before Florian gets here.
How close am I?
I
I'm
would
not
say
the slowest.
you're just starting to walk back while this conversation's happening, because you had a long conversation with Trelador.
Yeah.
it's also to be said, I don't have the well on me.
You don't?
Florian's carrying it in the moment.
Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, worth a try.
I'm gonna sidle up next to Melissa. Speaking to oh, for fuck's sake.
Fail.
Addressing Vale.
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
Fair.
So you have seen the book before?
This is a summoning tome for summoning
Something.
all kinds of devils. Yes, you
Oh,
don't. Nobody should have this. This shouldn't exist. But some idiots like Maharalok want more power, so they summon devils to do bargains to get power.
Yeah.
And at this point, Florian, you walk up as they're having this conversation. So
I mean,
I don't think anybody
his
should be
followers
having...
had managed to summon Nazgûl through.
Oh, Oh no.
We sent him packing.
That's good. That's good. You definitely killed him, right? I mean, you tore apart the body.
Yeah. Well, one of us did.
Okay.
But it was.
Adam,
Flurry.
spoken to Trellador.
Flurry.
Let's take a walk back to the camp and just take a few after that big battle.
Of course, I'd love to
make
meet
the decision.
your bow, as it were.
I'm not anywhere closer than 10 feet to her.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've done the insight check, but I still don't. He still doesn't trust
She
her.
puts an arm round Melissa and Miette and starts to walk back to the camp with you.
Keep a keen eye on her just to make sure that she's not doing like any kind of magic or anything like that.
No, she seems to
with
be
them.
genuinely pleased to see you.
So, just before we get there, Vale, just a couple of questions. Do you know how the magics work for the scars for the mark?
I do not. It's all to do with the pain, and the twin feels the pain, and that puts a bond. As far as I understand it, I've never used that. That's her flair.
So-
She does that.
That means she's heard in Dakota, so I feel the pain.
Yeah. She would scar her body, and I would feel the pain, and then she would get whatever she wanted.
So that would mean that the magic still work across, not twins then.
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just twins.
Trellador still feels the pain.
Right. Then I don't know what she's doing. Sounds like she's being very dangerous.
I've got her insight check 'cause she's a fucking devil. It's been a rough few months for us.
Make an insight check then.
A lot has changed.
Yeah. 21 on that one.
21. You get the sense that while she's speaking the truth, there's something about when she says that she doesn't know what she's doing that doesn't ring quite true. The rest of it seems perfectly fine. It's just that one statement that you think, no, that's a bit off.
Well, as in she doesn't know what she's doing with the mark.
Yeah, she doesn't know why Trellador's still feeling the pain. She doesn't know
Okay.
what Fiona's trying to do.
But that statement feels
Just
off.
that, yeah. The rest of it about the twin magic and how she would hurt herself to inflict pain on Vale is all true.
Yeah. Doesn't.
So, I think the best plan would be to get the well out. Let's all go in there somewhere safe, away from Fiona. That way we can talk in private, make a plan, and, be somewhere else where she can't get us.
Why
But
are you
said
so?
the well was random.
Sorry, say again, honey?
You said the well was random. That you don't know where it would bring us.
Well, exactly, but anywhere's better than here where she's going to be appearing.
Except if we landed in one of her strongholds or
I mean,
this plane of firelands
I
you
mean,
mentioned.
I did ask the guy for if he would go to the Hells, and he said no. So,
Who did you get the well from?
I don't know, a guy, he was quite odd. What was his name? Ambrado, that's it.
Right.
Why, do you know him? Nice fella.
Yeah.
Weird, but nice. Got a really
He
good
seemed
deal
to be
on that
working
well.
from Haralork.
He did what now?
He seemed to be working for Maharlord. Maharlord seemed to scream his name as he died.
Oh, crap.
Why are you so keen to use the well and
Because I want to
get
get
out of here?
away. You know she's coming here, right?
And correct me if I am wrong, Vale, and he says that in that tone as well.
She sort of looks at you and says,
But I thought that it was, especially when I had the mark, my blood, and I was told by, I think it was her herself, she doesn't need my body, just my blood. And the twin thing going on between me and Dakota, I was being told on many occasions by different people and beings not to meet up with her, stay away from her, because if that is to happen, that is when she can step foot on this plane again.
well,
So
God,
she can't
so
just
why
appear.
don't we just jump into the well? Problem resolved.
It's not the wizard, because there's still the fate of this whole entire world. My
Yeah,
sister
but if
and
you're
everything
not
we've
there,
been,
she can't use your blood.
but she can also hurt my
Well,
sister
bring
and
it
torture her.
somewhere worse.
I mean, how could it be worse?
Just if we solve that problem by doing that, what's to say the magic ends, she kills Dakota and then just finds new twins to do it, who have no idea what's going on.
I mean, that is a possibility. She is kind of driven, to be honest.
And Miette, just stop me if you think I'm being too forward here with what I'm about to say. But
Oh, honey, you could be forward. I like
that's
that.
it. I don't particularly want to. But what if you had an option to make your own deal with her?
Are you talking to Miette or Vale?
No, to Vale.
I make a deal with Fiona?
What if you had something that she wants really bad, and let's just say, hypothetically, might have it.
I mean, what is it? Hypothetically, that you think she wants so bad.
She hasn't just been after me or Chelidor or us. Who else is it? Who owes her an inconceivable debt?
Well, Marlock.
He looks dead to you?
She looks down. I mean, he's certainly on fire, but that's no real guarantee.
He's called the Undying. What if that was because not all of his soul is exactly where that body lies?
Oh, you meant like a phylactery.
Like a phylactery.
You have his phylactery?
Hypothetically, we might. Hypothetically, we might not, but
Then, if you gave that to her, she would be very pleased.
I'm not going to be giving her anything because I do. She might be able to step foot on this plane again, but
Well,
what if that's a way in at some point?
I mean, it could be, I suppose. Again, we go in the well, we take that with us.
Just want to point out that the well once took us right directly to her doorstep.
Whose doorstep? Fiona?
Fiona's.
No. Oh, well, Ambrado said it would, so she probably lied.
And again, Ambrado
Yeah,
seemed to be working for
I'm getting
Maharlord.
the whole I've been swizzled
And-
by Ambrado. Yeah.
I'm speaking solely for myself, so anybody say different. But we're here for a completely utterly different reason. We're going to be helping Gus and Yarrick and Chelidor out, help the dwarf.
Now everybody's by this time gathered round the fire of Lork.
Can I just ask a question? You
Of course.
said she's a succubus, right?
Kind of, yeah. She's a
What
devil.
Melissa said.
Is she very beautiful?
She is.
Oh, right. I'm going to have to roll a wisdom saving throw to see if I am smitten or not because I'm Gus.
Okay.
Put another lork on the fire.
7. So,
7.
Yeah, I am
Absolutely.
happy
Gus,
with-
this is possibly the most beautiful non-bearded woman you have ever seen.
I'm just standing there.
Time may be of the essence, Vale, but we've got a few things to do before we make this decision.
Well, okay, now I understand that. And I understand that, Florian, you've always been a good, kind-hearted man. You have always been a true protector of the Heartseeker and all of the innocents at the temple. And I wouldn't change that for the world. So you do what you need to do.
I'm gonna walk, so I'm still, again, I wouldn't have been anywhere like 10 feet near her,
Okay.
basically. I'm gonna walk to like the opposite side of the, I say the campfire, the Lork
The
fire.
look fire, yeah.
Who would be basically the opposite side of where I am? So say if we walked in from a
Well-
west situation, who would be east?
Where are you guys around the fire of Lork?
I'm still blasting it with fire, so I'm
Okay.
right there.
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
look at Vale when I asked the question. I'm still intently staring at
Okay.
this fire body thing.
Okay,
I'm probably stood next to her. I'm just going to pop back. Just
sure.
I'll just be standing there with googly eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with the dwarf, so.
So,
wherever they
yeah,
are.
it's probably the dwarves and Trelador are kind of on one side and Celeste. And you've approached
then-
from the other side with Miette and Melissa and Vale.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll take things imaginatively in my head a little bit, but I'm going to put my quarterstaff back on my back,
Uh-huh.
and as I come down, I'm going to go and squeeze in between Yorick and Trelador,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to put the well, take out the well, and put it into to Yorick's pocket or backpack, which is ever easier to get to.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check for me. See if you can do that without anybody else noticing.
Natural 19, so that's only 22.
22.
Well, I certainly wouldn't notice.
What's your passive, Yorick?
Good
Perception.
question. It's pretty.
Mine's
Well,
23.
yeah, I think it's 17. Let me just double check that. 18.
18.
I'm not hiding it from Yorick,
You're
just
hiding it from
everyone
Vale.
else. Basically, yeah.
Everyone
so
else as well as
so
Yorick.
if I feel like it's that good, there would be like a bit of a thigh tap inside the pocket to Yorick.
Yeah. Okay, Celeste. I'll say you didn't notice because you're busy staring at Lork as you're burning him.
Yeah, no,
further.
that's fair.
Okay. Miette, you can make a perception check if you want, as sleight of hand is kind of your thing, but you are muted, so you will need to unmute to tell me what it is.
Sorry, I was just trying. I certainly shall because I'm trying to be terribly perceptive at the moment.
That's fair.
I'm failing miserably. That was a 14.
14. No. You don't notice.
So as I sit down, I'll be like, so it's these two people and Gus who we're going to help first.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
And as he says my name, I just go,
And she smiles at you. Well, hi. You are certainly a dash attractive dwarf if I ever saw one.
you'll get all bashful, you know.
Wow. And you, sir, looks at Yorick. You look mighty fine as well. I do love
Hi.
your armors. It's all fantastic. You kind of look a bit tall for a dwarf, but I'm totally here for it. You are also very attractive. But Melissa, honey, you didn't say that all your friends were so attractive.
If you say everyone's attractive, it kind of loses its magic.
No, it certainly does not. And she
Yeah.
looks at you.
Come on, Trelador. She just knows we're a bunch of hotties.
You definitely are a bunch of hotties. Trelador, make a wisdom saving throw. As she stares at you intently.
Is it a charm thing?
Kind of.
Do I
Then
know
you've got
what?
to decide whether or not his elven qualities will
Let's
pop out.
roll.
I'll do a straight roll because I'm not quite an elf yet. 14.
14. I mean, what she's saying makes sense. See, I see the beauty in everyone. And I see the love that you all have, especially for each other. And that makes you attractive. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are attractive, but you are different from all of these other people. You are attractive. You are all attractive.
Can I tell she's doing this?
Yep, you've seen this before. You've had it done
Fail.
to you before.
Fail.
Did I fail the check?
You did.
Right.
And you think, yeah, no, I can see that kind of makes sense, what she's saying.
Fail. Please don't.
I'm just explaining why I find every one of you attractive.
You can do it
Just
without your
don't
magic,
use
though, can't you?
Your magic.
It's kind of who I am.
Look was attractive.
Lorik was kind of attractive. I mean, he was a pretty boy. He was ugly inside.
Not everybody can tell the insides from the outsides.
This is very true. You all, on the other hand, are attractive both in and out, which is a win-win.
What time do you think it is, Vale? As in, this is huge. As in, like, what day, month do
Okay.
you think it is?
Well, I already told you the year was 463, right?
463. Yes.
Okay. So, I would suggest we're fairly early in the year by looking around. I don't know exactly what time of day it is. Probably early morning. Maybe about 4, perhaps. As for the day, I'm not real sure. But then I don't really care about that.
So you don't care about that?
No,
When did you try to jump into that well?
because she's coming to get me. Because I
Oh,
stole
when?
from her.
When did you try and jump in that?
Oh, when? Well, that was like yesterday, I guess.
There's been several months past, Vale.
Sorry,
7
what?
or 8. Been 8 months since me and Florian left the temple.
8? No. I mean, it was a week at most, and I left.
A
and
lot
then-
has changed. We lost 3 months jumping into that well and getting back.
Oh my! So you're saying that I lost 8 months?
Yeah.
Which means she's even closer. So we need to go.
I don't think she's closer.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's close.
We stopped the attempt to bring her forth here.
You stopped an attempt.
We did.
Then how are we going to stop more attempts if we're not here?
Well, like I say, why don't we step into the well, make a plan, then step back out and execute the plan? I mean, Sugar, you know we should be somewhere safe, right? She turns her attention to you, Celeste. And by the way, I don't think you're really achieving anything with that fire blast thing you got going on. I mean, he can't get any more burned.
Makes me feel a little better.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, then you should do it totally. But I'm just saying, we need to be somewhere safe while we discuss this. Wouldn't you say that's right, boys, she looks across at the dwarves, all three of you. You'd say that was right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well-
makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Melissa, Miette, you would say that this was a good thing to be somewhere safe before we start planning.
The well is not
Safety's-
safe.
I mean,
Safety's all fair and good.
Has her demeanour changed?
The
now,
well is a last resort.
Celeste, you need to just be a little less confrontational, I think.
Vale, darling, what did you steal from Fiona?
I mean, steal's a kind of a harsh word. Well, I sort of borrowed some power that I gave to you. I also borrowed some for myself and the acolytes in the temple. I kind of borrowed some life for Doug's. He was dying, so I sort of got him an extension, as it were. Now, I didn't go to Fiona directly, I just kind of popped back and took it and popped out again.
Were you actually trying to change, Vale? You actually trying to do good with the temple?
Well, of course I am.
I say were because the temple is no
I
more.
know, Melissa explained. I'm trying my best to be a better person.
Florian, get the well out.
No.
I mean,
I'll just stare at him.
if Trelador thinks we should get the well, I mean, that sounds like
I
a good
suspect
idea to
that-
me.
A
Yeah.
couple of people are still affected by Violet's magical charms.
Do we know how to potentially break this without
Um,
any magics involved?
It's not really a charm. It's kind of more of a sort of effect of her personality that you. Once she takes an interest in you, you can be sort of friendlier towards her suggestions. I mean, you've both seen it before,
Yeah.
and you've been subjected to it. And it is when she's talking
Subjected
directly
so
to it.
much.
It kind of makes sense when she's talking directly to you and suggesting things. You kind of find yourself agreeing with her before you realise what's happening. It's not really a charm effect, but it's more of her sort of almost overbearing personality.
Yeah.
There's not really any sort of counter for it. It's more of a once she takes her attention, or if something takes her attention, focuses it somewhere different.
Does it work as well on me as it does on the guys?
I mean, you do find yourself thinking, yeah, maybe I should just be a little less confrontational. It's more a suggestion rather than a full-on command.
A question for you, Chaz.
Sure.
And this is for you to interpret because I've only just thought of this. Obviously, a monk.
Yep.
Have the stillness of mind fee. Obviously, to use when I can. With that, would I know that her doing on me, not so many, but a few times whilst at the temple when everything was hunky dory, but my monk training, everything throughout the years growing up, do I know if I've got like not an immunity but more
You're
of a...
certainly more resistant to it, as is, well, Melissa, if you really
I'm a special
concentrate
case.
very hard, you can be immune to it, but it's very difficult for you. So, as I say, let's get the well. Let's go somewhere safe. Okay?
Vale, the well is
Yeah.
not an option. We're here to save the dwarves.
Okay. Honey, how are we saving these dwarves?
We don't know yet, but everything we've done, we've
You
stumbled
don't know.
across. We've come to it.
Okay.
We're not going to jump in a well.
So-
We've been in
so
there
we're-
before. You know it.
So what you're saying is you have no plan about what you want to do. how you're going to help these dwarves. I mean, you boys look fine to me, especially, the taller one.
But we do have a plan.
Oh,
The dwarven god already told us where we needed to go. And that was where we were going when
well,
we
that's what
found
I
you.
was asking. I mean, see, Florian, beautiful Miette says you have a plan. Why would you not?
Forgive me if I do not trust you fully, even though I know it's you.
Florian, don't raise your voice to her.
I mean, that's understandable, Florian. I do apologize. It's probably my fault that Dakota is where she is. And for that, I am truly sorry.
If we were to trust you a little bit more, per se,
Right.
after we've potentially achieved what we're here to do,
Right.
what magics do you have to offer? Could you offer a bit of a faster way to travel apart from the well?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Where
I'm
do you
just
want
gonna-
to go?
I'm going to do it down here. 2 seconds, Dad. Sorry. I could hear the question coming in your head, in my head, but I just didn't even think to look.
Gus, as
Yes.
she's saying all of these things, you're not quite sure why Florian is being so angry. It's very strange. This lovely woman that, Melissa's been telling you all along is such a beautiful, fabulous person, and she certainly seems to be, and now Florian's saying he doesn't trust her. That's very strange. I'll leave that information in your head. You do what you want with it.
I wouldn't necessarily say angry.
Well,
I would say an
non-trusting.
overexcited, passive aggressive, like.
That's a Florian way of saying angry. So
What about if we went to Renfield? Renfield?
Renfield.
Hang on, I've said that wrong. Hang on. Yeah, Renfield.
You want to go to Renfield? So I'm just grabbing the map myself to make sure that I know where that is.
It's where I'm from.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long way from where Dakota is. I was expecting you to say you wanted to go to the fire wastes.
In time, but we've been trying to gather as much information as we
But
can.
you just told me we didn't have much time. Now, Florian, you're beginning to confuse me.
Did I?
Do you have time or do you not have time? And if we go to Renfield right now, who's going to help these dwarves that you're so keen on? I'm very confused, Florian. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I not get anything with it?
You can have advantage. Why are you trying to confuse me, Florian? I know I've just recovered from being entrapped, but you're not making any sense. What'd you get?
17.
17. She's right. You're not making any sense. Why are you being contradicting yourself? What's going on? Melissa, you noticed Florian's sudden confusion, and you can sense Vale turning her personality onto him.
Villanova, stop.
You just hear, I'm sorry, Florian. And she lets it go. Melissa?
Love you.
Thank you.
Despite
Thank you. I'm sorry.
the fact that I know
I'm sorry to all of you.
that you can charm people. Please, if you can,
I'm trying my
loosen
best
it on
not
these
to
folks.
do that.
We have been
Although I
For the
think I may
past-
have permanently done that. Points at Gus.
Gus. We have been pulling on strings for the past few months, not knowing what's happening, not knowing what to do. I've doubted my faith in both the temple and you multiple times. I am stuck in a contract with Fierna that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to escape.
I think, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, that's on me. I did that.
And you keep suggesting running away.
I did, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm scared, honey.
Now, pretty certain that the reason that Fierna wants to come through here is because of you,
Yeah?
and because she wants to retake this place. And if she can do that trying to get to you, she will. Running away won't fix things. She'll still try and chase after you.
Well,
If you ran away with me, she would use me against you. As you said, you suspected that she's overtaken the power that you gave to me. I'm pretty certain of that, seeing as she's whispered in my ear a few times. We need to stop her.
okay.
And you beguiling people to get your way is not going to do that.
I know. I'm sorry.
These people are good and they are clever. I've seen Miette, Celeste, Yarick, Florian, Trelador, Gus all do amazing things. I owe my life to them in some cases. But we have been scurrying around among the plots of gods and the plots of Fierna, not knowing what to do. One of our friends has gone off to reignite a temple of Peladas to get him some followers, and that seems to have been the only sensible decision any of us have made. We've been raising temples left and right, not sure how they work, as I say, and it seems like we're barreling towards a war that I didn't even know happened.
Right. Okay.
I ran away from him. And look how far that got me.
Well, to be fair, you're doing a lot better than he is.
Because I faced it. I
Yeah,
didn't want
but
to.
you faced it with these people, right? Now, from what Melissa's just said, sounds like you are a formidable team of people. And, to be honest, yeah, I don't. If anybody's going to do this, it'll be you guys. So, I think
What we need is advice from the one person who knows Fierna best, and I would suspect that would be you.
Okay. To stop Fierna coming through here, I need to be elsewhere. And you need to rescue Dakota.
As you said, she's in the...
That's a very simple way of putting it.
Yeah.
Why?
And be certain that the
If
mark
I'm
of Fierna coming
here-
close to her.
Wait a second. You asked for advice. I'm giving you advice. If I'm here, she will use me and our twin connection. And she will use me, and she will hurt me, and she will gain in power. That combined with Dakota will open a gateway so she can be fully in this world. And not just her, she will bring the others.
This is all sounding very much like it's a family dude.
Nightmares of hell. Never fun.
That's why I think, not all of us, but at least I might need to go to Renfrew.
I don't think you should go there.
My parents used to tell me stories. One in particular stood out about a person who'd come in the night if he didn't fall asleep in time. but they use that person's real name. How do they know if there's not been gods about for years?
I mean, gods are always around. They just... There was a war, as I understand it. Now, I was not on this plane when that happened. I was elsewhere, trying to escape from Fjerda. Fjerda kind of won and kind of lost at the same time. There was, as I understand it, a banishment for all gods and devils and beings of power out of this world. So, with them coming back, as you say, gives her even more reason to try and get here. And she knows I'm here. So she can use me to get here. So if I'm not here, she can't use me to get here. She can still use Dakota.
Can't she
Which is
use
why
me?
she cannot use you. She can try to convince you to help her, but she cannot directly use you like she can me or Dakota.
Why me and Dakota? I've had no thought, I've made no deal whatsoever.
Dakota was... She's... Because you're twins. She likes twins. And... She... As I say, she uses the marks on herself to draw power from me wherever I am, power from those around me. Like a sort of conduit for power going through. So once she found out that I had given power to Melissa, and I had charged you, and you were one of my favorites, she found out you had a twin, took that twin to hurt me, and now she's using that twin to try and get back here.
What would she do if she came here? Would the stories, the prophets as such, be true? Would she rain hell and destruction on here? Or would
Pretty
she
much.
just come and get you?
I mean, she'd get me first. And I'm not sure if I'd be able to resist her. In flesh, in her full power. To not join up with her. You know I can persuade people to do things, right?
Yeah.
He's
I'm
she
good
doesn't
at
have
it.
power.
I'm really good at it. She's better than I am. She can persuade me to do things. You know what I mean? This is why I do not want to be here. I do not want to rain pain and destruction and destroy all of you. Especially you two.
Yet you wanted them to go with you?
Yeah, I was being selfish. As ever. I am a devil, after all.
Listen to your heart.
Would you think that raising the rat temples would help? To originally put her away?
Found a list of gods.
A list? Are we shopping for gods now?
Yarick, you've got it, haven't you?
Yep.
A book. Seemed to
Right.
be bound in devil skin. Probably tiefling.
Creepy.
Lists. All kinds.
You think maybe Remora wrote it?
Remora, she's like the god of...
At least
Death.
at the beginning.
Seems to refer to siblings and mentions no firstborn.
Right.
We obviously know of Reorcs, Peladas, and now Amash. And of course, Ardiac mentions Sama, Tigro, Elisar,
I mean,
Yala, and Willis,
if you can,
Barador.
you've got to be careful. You got to know who was on what side.
Precisely. Do you
You were
know?
there.
I was not there. I said
Well,
I was
you
on
were
a
alive at the time.
completely different plane.
I'll
Running,
look at Yorick at this point. Would we orcs know?
Probably, yeah, of course he would. Reox knows everything.
Maybe we need to find out who was on our side and try and
Because we've raised
free them.
3 temples so far. One had the symbol that you used, just altered, intercepted with another heart. I think Florine's got it drawn. As I say, it was a split image of the temple and daughter.
draw it for me.
I'll get it out because I've got a picture of it.
Right, that's not a god. That's a symbol of the hells. So that probably not a good one.
Yeah, that was the first one we ended up in.
Yeah,
The
you
second one had an upside down heart, more like a spade playing
spade. Was it?
black. Had
Black,
a stench
dark?
of death around it.
I
It
mean,
was in a graveyard.
I don't really know. Maybe I'm talking. It could be Ardiac.
He seemed to be acting before then.
But it could be Tigro. I'm not sure of the symbols of the gods. But either way, again, probably not a good one.
And then the last one was Peladas.
I
You
mean,
know that.
he was on the right side, at least, I understand.
He's gone insane. He's
Oh.
been locked under there
So,
forever.
2 bad ones and an insane one.
Insane.
You're
So you
not
can tell that we're doing
doing
well. And
well, really.
saving Dakota is all well and good, but if she's in the Temple of Amash, our track record is as soon as we enter these temples, we get stuck in there. Can't get a way out without racing them.
I mean, well, you got a couple of options then. You either go to the Temple of Amash and rescue Dakota, or you wander the land trying to find other temples.
We haven't found any gems in a while.
I mean, gems can be. She looks at the dwarfs who have like studied gems. There's like,
No, these are special ones. They're like keys.
oh, I see. I don't know about that kind of thing. But
Okay.
yeah.
Seems like we're gonna have to do some more learning.
But I need to leave before she
God.
works out I'm still here.
I've only got one more question.
Ask away.
How can I unhook myself from her power?
Well,
Because I fear every day that
I
she'll
mean,
twist me.
yeah. The only way to do that would be to find another more powerful being, or equally powerful being, to sign up with, as it were, to kind of help you break that contract. I can't do that.
Reox will help.
I mean,
There's a reason for that.
He's a bit funny against those of us who aren't dwarves.
he is the
Fine.
god
Try
of
the
dwarves.
dwarves.
So, you know.
I don't know about that. None of the ones we've read of have been. Never felt right.
Right.
There's another possibility. We could just stand round Lork's body for the end of time discussing this.
That seems like a big waste. Trelador, he speaks the truth. I'm assuming, Trelador, you are the leader of this group.
Well, I don't like to say because it's a bit big-headed.
Yeah.
But I am the champion.
I like you sort of take a sort of lieutenant type of role just behind the leader, giving advice and being wise. I like that. That's
I do apologize, Lieutenant, but I thought you said you wanted a rest.
I don't need a rest.
Do we get a short rest for this amount of time, Chaz?
Yeah, you can have a short rest if you like.
Do we get a long rest for this part time?
So, that would be my advice, is try to break the contract by having somebody else champion you.
I don't really know who I'd go to. Out of the ones I know,
Well, you could come with me.
fucking Balo the Jester would be the best.
Balo the
And even
Jester.
then, I don't like that.
Balo. Balo's around? I like him. He's nice. I mean, he's complete chaos, but he is fun. And he holds a
What
lot
we've
of
heard.
love in his heart.
Maybe. From what we've heard, though, he was against Vienna.
Yeah,
So-
that would be good.
Chaos is kind of antithetical to the Hells.
Well, quite. That's why I like him so much. But you all look exhausted. Why don't we find somewhere a little less corpse lit and maybe make a camp for the night or something? I could probably put up a glamour to hide us if you like.
Probably be best.
Celeste, honey, do you want to just stop with the whole fire thing now? I understand it's making you feel good, but if we just step away for a while, we can get some rest.
Yeah.
No, I understand. So,
Do you?
I really do. She stares at you. I really, really do. I can see the pain and the hurt and the anger in you towards this person who's done you wrong. And I understand. I really do. Come,
Let us rest.
come and rest.
Find somewhere. Hold up. We can figure out what we're doing if we can.
So you find a space not too far away, but far enough away where the smell is not, overpowering. And Vale closes, well, she doesn't close her eyes, but her eyes roll back into her head. And she starts to mutter. A large pink dome surrounds you, anchoring itself into the back of the hill. It's about 40 foot by 40 foot, 40 foot high. Sort of slightly glittery from the inside. And that's where we'll take a little break. So, we'll be back very shortly. We're just going to take a quick break and we'll get back onto the conversations, the watches, who knows. But we will be right back. welcome back. So, we pick it up. Vale has created a pink, sparkly bubble. She reassures you it's only pink and sparkly, and inside, everybody else outside would just see the hillside. You can light a fire, you can go to sleep, you can do whatever you want in here. We can see out, they can't see in.
Can they get in?
Not as far as I'm aware. We should be...
Is this dragon proof?
Dragon proof?
Yes, the dragons.
I don't really know. I've never tried it against dragons.
Yeah, they seem to
I guess we'll find out.
woken up there.
But there's, as far as I understand it, the dragons should have been gone as well. So you're saying they're back as well?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Still,
Would you like to meet one?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you like to meet a dragon?
Sure, why not? Do you know what?
Beatrice!
Fumph. Oh my,
It's Beatrice.
that is a dragon.
Yeah, I said.
Wow, that is good.
She's lovely, isn't she? And I'll go up to her and give her a big kiss.
British like, get off.
How much bigger is she?
She's doesn't seem any bigger than the last time we saw her, which was only a couple of days ago. So,
Yeah. Beatrice, this is Vale. This is a friend of
that,
Florian and Melissa.
Mum,
Yeah.
Mum, that's a devil. Do you want me-
Well,
do you want me to-
sort of, but she's not. She's a good one, apparently.
There's no such thing, Mum. I know. I remember. Devils, they're bad.
Oh, where did you learn that?
It's a memory. It's a core memory. The
Oh, right.
dragon memory. We have to kill them. Get on stream.
Yes, is there any reason why Beatrice is staring Vale down?
Yeah, he says that in the core of dragonkind, devils are bad and they have to kill them.
Well, I would appreciate it if this beautiful dragon of yours did not kill me. If you don't mind, Gus.
Bridges, this one is a friend of Melissa's, and
Right.
so we're trying to sort things out a bit. Maybe you should go home for a little while, and we'll sort it out, and I'll call you back later.
Mum, are you going to be alright? Because, like, devils are, like, really bad, as I understand.
Don't worry,
it.
if anything bad happens, I'll call you.
Maybe I'll just be, like, really close for a bit.
Okay, if you want to.
And she flies up and out of the bubble.
Okay.
When you see her circling up ahead. She's not gone anywhere.
Right. Sorry about that. She doesn't seem to trust you very much.
I mean, dragons and devils, we tend not to get along too well. But she seems
I would advise not making any offensive moves towards me or any of his other mums. Because you might get eaten.
Sorry, other mums? What are you... What?
I'm his mum. Her mum. And so's Yorick. And so's everybody else. We're all her mums.
For the first time, Vale seems genuinely perplexed and completely out of her depth. That sort of veneer of confidence just sort of crumbles ever so slightly. She's like, what?
The dwarves are certainly unique.
You know, this is a first. I actually don't know what to say. Wow. Congratulations, Gus.
Thank you. What for?
Just being you.
Oh, that's very nice. Would you like a flower? You'll just pull a shrub out of the ground and offer it to her.
And she takes it. That is absolutely beautiful. I will treasure this. Thank you. And she, a sort of vase appears in her hand, and she sort of delicately places the sort of tufts of grass and bit of shrub that you've given her into this vase. Sort of places it on the ground beside her. Well, thank you, Gus. That was a very thoughtful gift. I will have a think and see what I can do for you in return.
Oh, you don't need to do anything for me.
Oh, but I do.
Fine.
I will do something unexpected for you.
Just don't make it too unexpected, or Bridges might get the wrong idea.
Okay, what is it you would like as a small gift in return?
I'd like Bridges to be safe.
I mean, she looks up. Idris looks pretty safe up there.
Well, yeah, but there's a big war going on between the dwarves and the dragons at the moment.
I see.
And it's going to cause some conflict because I'm a dwarf and I'm her mum and she's a dragon.
That I can see that would be troubling. I mean, what if I could possibly change Bridges' form so that Bridges was a dwarf? How would that sound?
No, I don't think she'd like that. She likes being a dragon.
Does it
And
seem
she's
like
very pretty.
Okay.
does it seem like Vale is trying to make a deal?
I mean, sounds that way, doesn't it? But if you don't think that's an appropriate gift, Gus, I will think of something else.
No, I don't think it is because she likes being a dragon and she would get a bit freaked out if she
I
was a
mean-
dwarf.
I'd quite like being a dragon, wouldn't you? Flying around.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing. Anyway, let's get some sleep, some rest. I myself am feeling quite tired, as I was apparently on a chain for 8 months. Makes a girl a little flaky, you know?
Don't worry, I'll watch over you while you're sleeping.
Thank you very much, Gus. That
Not
is
in a
not at
creepy
all
way.
creepy. She sits down, cross-legged, in front of the fire and occasionally looks at her plant.
I'll take the first one with Gus.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be sleeping straight away either.
Okay. Vale curls up, goes to sleep.
Before everyone else does, I think Florian will just go up to Trollador again. Anything changes, the scar, anything, you let me know, okay?
Okay.
Fuck's sake, it's that kind of episode. Do I believe him?
Make an insight check. And Trellador, you can make a persuasion or deception.
It doesn't
Your
matter.
choice.
It doesn't matter, I believe him.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to tell me which one. Just the number.
Six.
Six.
It doesn't matter, I believe him.
You got a natural one, didn't you?
I beat him with my modifier, but it's an actual one. So.
Natural one. Yeah, absolutely. Trellador's telling the truth.
Before we
Um,
go, sorry.
Before I just go to sleep, I'll go up to Yara and go, are you going to contact the boss?
Yeah, I think I will actually. Are you coming in as well?
I mean, I have that ability to listen in. I know you do, and I have that ability as well. You know, like when he talks to you and he lets me listen in.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want to ask him about this. But obviously, there's more pressing things, so you do the serious stuff first.
Oh, I'm just.
You all right?
Yeah, just. I've seen a lot of dead dwarves today.
Yeah. Well, we can do this another time if you want.
If you want to talk to him as well.
Well, you could get some insight from him, maybe. I'll let you do the honors. You know, you need the practice.
Such a knob. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, nobody's going to sleep yet. apart from Gus, I'm guessing.
No, I'm watching over.
Oh, you're on watch with Florian. So, but Gus and Yorick and Trelador are going to go talk to Reorx. Celeste, what are you up to?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to sleep. Well, I'm not going to meditation yet. I'm
Okay.
still too tightly wound.
Okay, Miette, what are you up to?
I'm gonna nap because I have questions for Vale. So
Okay,
need to kind of wait till she wakes up.
fair enough. So Miette's going to have a quick cat nap. Melissa, what are you up to?
I'm going to sit for a moment and then eventually go to sleep.
Okay,
But just with the sense that there's a lot going through my head.
fair. Okay. So, Yorick, Trelador. While you make your preparations, Florian and Gus make a quick perception check.
And me?
Yeah, if you want to be on watch. I was just doing those for that were on watch, but if you...
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'm
Alright, that's fair.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, 31, and
21.
21. Okay. The early morning, which it is now, about 5 o'clock-ish, is overcast, but it looks to be brightening up somewhat. There don't appear to be any sort of animal life around. The fire of Lork is dying down, finally. The surrounding areas seem quiet. Bridgeress is still circling up in the sky, just far enough away that she can be seen, but you can't make out any details, but you know it's her because of the path she took. Yeah, there's not really much of anything. You can see Niet has curled up, gone to sleep. Fail has gone to sleep. Melissa looks as though she's dozing, thinking about things before going to sleep. Yorick and Trelador seem to be sort of whispering to each other about Reorx. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly exciting happening. So, Yorick, Trelador, you're trying to contact Reorx, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a religion check, please, the pair of you. Or you can do one with advantage.
I'll give Yorick advantage.
Okay. You know my intelligence is -2, right?
Is that because he needs to practice, is it?
Yeah. Well, mine's 0, so between us.
Well, at advantage, 25.
25, nice. How did you get 25 if yours is -2?
Because I've got expertise on religion, so I've actually got 6.
Fair enough. So, you sit, reach out to Reorx. What are you saying to him?
Probably a big silence to begin with, because I've not really been in this situation before. And I'll probably eventually just sort of say, are you there, Reorx? Kind of need some guidance.
There's a strange sort of echoey silence for a while. Reorx's voice comes through, but it seems really far away. It says, Yorick, lad, where are you? I can't see you. Where have you gone? Where's Trelador? Can't see him and Gus. Where are you?
We're at the foot of the back of the mountains. It might
Where
be.
are you?
There's a bit.
So far away.
It might be. I'll probably speak up a bit. It might be we're under this magical bubble thing that Vale put up.
Who's Vale?
Maybe she's a nice devil.
Oh, a devil. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Yorick. The reason I can't hear you very well is devil magic is kind of, well, they're kind of opposite gods.
I'm going to get up and start walking around like I'm on a phone call with a bad reception.
Okay. The three of you are watching, just sort of watch as Yorick is sort of speaking slightly louder and slightly slower.
So going
while
up onto
wandering
like,
around.
tiptoes, trying to get the signal.
Don jollying it.
Yeah. Hello. No. Well, it's very. Look, if you're in devil magic, then it's going to be very difficult for us to communicate. So
Can I just walk outside of this
you can
bubble?
certainly try.
I will try.
Yeah. You walk out and Riox's voice comes full through. Ah, there you are. Thought I lost you for a minute there.
I'll follow Yorick out if he's
What
going
are you doing consorting with devils?
Oh, long story. This is Melissa's friend that was the leader of the cult in wherever it was, and we
hi.
rescued her. We killed Lork, and we rescued her.
Good man. Well done. Ah, Torador. I'm pretty sure you had a hand in that. Yes, I heard you saying, "For Orcs." It's very good. You got to work on your accent, though.
I'm sure it'll come in time.
I'm sure it will. Try harder, though, eh? No, I'm joking. You were perfect.
What more do you want from me? I'm already shouting your name.
I just said I was joking. You were perfect today.
I know I was.
You are a true champion of Riox.
Yes.
Just a shame you're a bit tall. But, you know, I'm working on it.
About that, but we'll come to that.
Okay. So, killed Locke. Good work, boys. Happy God. Hey. So, you were saying something earlier about guiding you somewhere? Do you want a map?
No, we got to this camp at the bottom of the where dwarves were escaping from, and there were just lots of.
I heard your words, and I was very pleased. You did the best thing you could do for them, which was to give them a proper burial in the rock. Now, this is a very sad time, Yorick, but you are doing good work.
Just
Rest assured, those people will be with me in the pub, carousing, shouting, fighting. I can hear, especially the wee ones are having a grand time. I got some puppies, so it's all good.
Oh,
They like them.
nice.
They're I say puppies. They're like more like sort of. They've got 7 legs. They're very they walk funny. Makes the children laugh. Anyway,
That's good to.
yes, don't get too down on yourself. You are there to keep the spirits of the people alive, the spirits of the people buoyant and up, and you're very good at it. You have a purpose of showing the dwarves the love of Riox, even in sad and dangerous times. We can all benefit from wisdom such as yours. So I thank you for the gifts of those happy souls.
Thank you.
And they
That's fine.
thank you for giving them the send-off they deserved. As they do for you, Trelador and Gus. So,
Thank you.
Yorick, I will always be by your side. Always. You are my priest, and I am your god. It's a two-way thing, you know?
Yeah.
So, what other joyous things can we talk about? You get the
Teledor, what
plan?
did you want to say?
Ah, Trelador has a question. Surprise.
After all that, Trelador will go, no, there's nothing to say tonight.
Trelador, ask your question.
No, it's not appropriate. I'm here to support Yorick.
Trelador, my boy. That's the best question you could have. That's the best statement you could have made. I'm proud of you.
I know.
I don't spoil it. So,
And if we go on.
no, you carry on. I'm at
No, I
your disposal just now.
don't think there's anything else, is there? Unless we want to talk about what we're supposed to be doing now.
Well, there are still people in need further north. Again, I urge you to find them, guide them to safety. Take them to Drummond. I know, it's difficult. Just say it, Trelador.
It's difficult.
Aye, I know.
Could you just make him full dwarf already? Because I think he's a bit uncomfortable going back home in this kind of in-between thing.
Is that what it is?
It's not that. It is that, but I mean,
So,
is it reversible?
I mean, possibly. I mean, anything's possible. We could say...
Well, you can do anything because you're so
Aye.
powerful.
Indeed, anything's possible. What I could do is take away your championness and your dwarfishness and return you to the boring and, frankly, tedious elf that you were before.
I dispute that. I was anything but boring or tedious. You didn't know me back then.
I'm a god.
No, I'll give him some credit. When I first met him, he wasn't boring.
Was he not? I think deep down he knows he was not what he wanted or could be. Yeah, it's difficult, is it not?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. We should get back in the bubble, Eric. But I'll let you get on. You've got a water.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Trelador. Yorick, take care. Remember, the love goes both ways.
Thank you, boss man. See you soon.
Cheer up, boys. You can do it. I know. I believe in you.
As we walk back into the bubble, Trelador's just going to look at Yorick for a bit too long and then do that awkward sort of pat on the back, like for reassurance, and then walk back into the bubble. He's trying.
Trelador's growing as a person, even as he's shrinking.
Yeah. Shrinking in size, growing in personality.
Exactly.
I feel like he's Dr. Cox trying to, reassure JD, but doesn't like doing it. Scrubs reference, but Dan would get it.
Pretty much.
So, Yorick, are you also go back in the dome?
Yeah.
So you see these two wander back in, and
You did a good thing today, York.
Yeah, I know. I just wish I could do more. The war seemed so far away when we were far away. But seeing it here, but I know they're in a good place. They're in the pub with 7-legged dogs. What more could be better?
Well, and then I go to say some smart comment, but I stop myself. Yes, they are. Anyway, that's enough talking for me. I'm going to go and meditate. So I take myself way away from the group and just plonk myself down.
okay. Yorick, are you also going to try and get some sleep?
I will probably just crash out at that point.
Okay. So, after all, Cat leaving stream. Nope, leaving Tail on stream. Fair enough. Nope, Tail's gone as well. There we go. So, as Yorick and Trellador go into meditation and sleep, and Melissa is asleep, Miette is asleep, the three of you are left watching as the fire outside dies down, the sun starts to rise.
I'll just go to Gus and be like, Gus, Vale persists on thanking you and repaying you somehow for whatever you did. Please don't take it. It seems like she's trying to make a deal.
Make a deal? I thought he was just saying thank you.
She might well be, but don't put all your eggs in one basket with her just yet.
I haven't got any eggs or a basket.
Don't trust her fully, okay?
But she's so lovely.
She is not, but she has a way of persuading people to think that what she is, but I believe she is trying to change, and she has tried to change, but it ain't worth saying yes to anything she offers you. Deal could entail it.
Okay, I'll listen to him because I just rolled a wisdom
Yeah, I
saving
saw.
throw, getting a natural 20. -1, but still a natural 20.
Yeah, now that Vale is asleep and not concentrating on you, you start to see the sense in what Florian is saying. That, remembering this is a devil that has caused Melissa a lot of upset. And one of the people or things or objects or beings of power that you've been trying to find or trying to chase down to find answers. And you've spent most of the last few hours just behaving like a lovesick puppy. Bit weird.
Right, I'm going to go right to the edge of the bubble.
Yep.
As far away from Vale as possible and just mentally call Bredris down.
Okay.
So
Spirals down to you. All right, Mum.
yeah, I'm fine. I just thought it might be nice now the sun's up. We don't want anyone nasty seeing you. So do you want to come inside? We'll just stay here, right on the edge, and we can curl up together.
Well, if you really want me to, yeah, I will, but I don't really want to.
It'll be all right just here, just on the edge.
Well, I'll stay outside and then you can just lean on me. How's that?
All right, we'll do that then.
Okay. And she sort of lies around the edge of the bubble
Yes.
so that you can lean up against her.
I've just got to get the dog back in a sec.
And if Gus goes away, but Celeste, it's been difficult. Day, night. 8 months, I suppose. But try and get some rest now, because I think we're going to need it for the journey ahead.
I just can't close my eyes just yet.
When you can. And I'll go over and wait. Yet.
Okay. So, Gus going to sleep. Florian wakes you, Miette.
Nothing to report. It's early. We do need to sleep.
Very well.
Just keep an eye on,
I'll go to Melissa.
Okay.
Melissa?
Mhm. Oh. Hey, Celeste. You alright?
I'm not sure how to answer that right now. I was wondering if you could take a look at these, and I'll pull out the 4 rings. Sort of gingerly, like trying to touch them with the least amount of contact as possible.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Oh, right. Well, I have a look at them.
Yeah.
First checking for any signs of magical fuckery.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
I assume you got these off of them.
Yeah.
19.
19. Don't appear to be magical,
Not seeing
but
any.
to your jeweler's eye, you suspect that they're worth. There's 4 of them. There's a ruby, a sapphire, a garnet, and a diamond. They're all kind of flashy. They're a bit. They're a bit sort of nouveau riche, if you know what I mean. It's sort of like somebody who had more money than taste has decided to get these made. I mean, they're of quality materials, but it's not tasteful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I've probably seen that kind of stuff all over
Yeah,
Redport.
absolutely.
It's probably the kind of stuff that Vernon specialises in. So.
Verneth does a little more refined and tasteful, but you could say somebody has sort of, if your family was approached to make this kind of thing, they could quite easily.
I assume I don't see any mark of Verneth work.
Doesn't appear to be. They don't appear to be marked at all.
Okay.
But they are gold, and the jewels are real.
I mean,
Yeah,
they ain't magical.
probably worth about between, you suspect, maybe 400, 500 each. The diamond's quite large, maybe 600 for that ring, as is.
Probably get around 500 for each of them, maybe a bit more on the diamond. I don't think they're magical. My eyes ain't greatest when I first wake up, but yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, it is now light outside, so it's not dark.
I've just been woken up, so.
That's true.
Could you
Pink and sparkly in here.
could you remove the diamond from its setting so we could repurpose it?
I mean, possibly, but my family more specialised in, grading them and selling them. But Yarick might be better at it. I
Okay.
fear
Thank
I'd
you.
break the ring and make it not sellable. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Just if we can use this diamond for something good, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you. How are you? Yeah,
Let's just
I know.
say for the amount of time I've been asleep, you can count the half of that. Too much thinking. Okay, my eyes wander over to where Vale is. have no idea where we're going to go from here, but I'm glad that I've at least been able to fulfill my promise to you. That don't mean that anything's over. I'm always going to be out to help you if you ever need it.
Well, as much as I'd like to believe it's over, Aiden, I'm not convinced he's gone for good.
Let's see.
I mean, I now just drove her to the smoking pile of charred bones. I won't be using that body again, but
Who knows? Get yourself some rest.
I'll try.
Okay. So, Niet and Melissa, make some perception checks for me. I take it you're going for your rest now. Yeah.
9.
9,
13.
13. Yeah, it's
So aware.
It's quiet. The bones have indeed stopped flaming and are now just smoke is just sort of gently rising off them. Gus is snoring, lying up against the shape of Bridris that you can see outside the dome. And coughing quite a lot.
Sorry.
Alright. Yeah, everything seems to be quiet. Still. It's
Too quiet.
quite eerie, the stillness.
The glitter in the sky as well.
Yeah, the pink glitter is getting a bit much.
Eyes were very rare. I'm going to go, as I'll wander about a bit and I'll eventually sit down next to me. You're wise, Mia.
You certainly seem to think so. Who might dissuade you?
You just seem to have a canny knack about the world. I suppose you've seen a lot of it. What do you make of all this?
I find it hard to account for Vale's lost time, that she really could have spent 8 months being dragged behind Dork on a chain. I don't think Derek made any mention of her when she was tracking Nork.
She did.
She did.
She did.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. I don't know if we should not use the well anymore now, knowing where it comes from and how dangerous it is.
The fact that it's thrown us out into the hells a couple of times. Maybe we should count our stars lucky we actually escaped that one time.
Hmm.
We're able to come back.
I thought that at first perhaps we could offer to Vale if she was that desperate to run, when we are ready to move off, but that probably won't be the best option.
I don't know. I do think she needs to. I do think she's being truthful about needing to go away. The influence that Fiona can have.
Leave her when she says she is scared. Has she always been soft-hearted?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's not possible that she might turn this twin magic back on Fiona.
I would not know on that front. All I can say is I can vouch for her being kind. I mean, when you consider what she is, you can chalk that up to, charms and magic and stuff, but I've always felt different about her. But, no, she's, as far as I'm concerned, she's always been good. But
Probably not then. It's a shame she doesn't seem to know much about the magic.
it sounds to me like Fiona was basically abusing her. Even though we have been able to speak to her again, I feel no closer to anything really.
I hope you did not expect to find any final answers.
I don't know what I expected to find. Well, other than a way out, but probably foolish to think that.
Hope isn't foolish. It's often misplaced, but it's not foolish.
Yeah. Right. What she was saying about having to get away was turning against everyone. Felt a bit too real. Every time Trellador calls me out, calls me a devil worshipper, reminded of the situation I'm in.
Vale has told you now how to escape that.
None of the options I'm presented with feel like the right one.
Not pledging yourself to a god.
I thought some faith are strange. As you know, I ran away to Daughter. And faced with, But when I got there, none of the temples really spoke to me. They all preached about their gods, and I found that none of them really worked for me. Just the pureness, you could say, of the faith of love that I found in the Temple of the Broken Heart that helped. Even now, occasionally, I feel stupid for a lot of it, even though I shouldn't.
I would say what you found in Dortmund is what you needed at the time. You needed rescue, and you needed a place to rest and to heal. And that's what you found in Vale.
Yeah.
Someone who gave you the safety to become. So what if this was your next step?
Or to become a dwarf like Trellador.
You could be a very fetching dwarf. I could imagine a lot of rubies on your dress and your
Yeah.
coat. It would fit right in with the color scheme.
And I think I could definitely rock a ruby red beard.
Absolutely, yes. And lots of tiny gems woven into it. So
I
it
just
sparkled
worry.
properly in the light. But we can't all of us be dwarves. Unfortunately, some of us must be tabaxi.
That is very true. But I do feel. I look at what Trelador and Yarrick and Gus about. I don't know. It's wonderful to them. Trelador seems to have found its purpose, and they seem to do great. I just feel that it would be a bit disingenuous coming from me. I don't.
See, I think you are looking to the wrong person for advice tonight. I think no, I'm not telling you to go pray to the dwarf god. I cannot see you sitting down with a flagon of beer and praying that way. I just can't. No, I was going to suggest Celeste. She is the one who found a strength in facing her fears instead of running today. And she has already been reaching out to see if the power of worship can bring forth any of the better options from their sunken temples. Maybe if two voices were joined instead of just one.
Possibly. But that right. She's not had much luck, as far as I've been able to see. I mean, Beladash
So far.
choked her across the boat. And, well, Ardiac scares everyone. So, also, I don't trust him at all.
And you're right to. Not to.
Sure.
So, as you're having this conversation, Miet, out of the corner of your eye, you just see briefly. You're not really sure if you definitely saw it or not. You could have sworn that Vale's eyes just flickered open just for a split second as you were talking.
Right.
But apart from that, your watch passes. Is there anything else you want to achieve on your watch? I'm doing a two split of 4 hours, so.
Not really. Not realistically.
One other thing. Have you dealt with the necklace from
Not yet.
you asked to get rid of it soon?
The last descheduling is not entirely on my side. And I had to use the last of the liquor to break the chain.
I did see that.
So, your watch passes smoothly. Celeste, after your 4 hours, you awaken. Trelador, after your 6 hours, you awaken. Everybody else comes to naturally. It's, I would say, about 11 in the morning. So the sun is high in the sky.
You get a long rest then?
You get a long rest.
Hey.
So you can have all your spells and your health back.
Excellent.
So Vale opens her bright red eyes. She seems more together this morning. Her clothing, for instance, is almost a slightly toned down version of Melissa's, Red Heart's outfit. Whereas yesterday you could have sworn, or last night, or whenever it was, you could have sworn it was just rags she was wearing. But now the clothes are spotless. And her hair is beautiful and wavy and dark. And she's... So... Plan.
Well, before we get into the plan, I have a question, if you would.
Of course.
So, take off my necklace. Do you recognize this symbol? This magic?
No, I don't think so.
Do you mind
Should
touching
I?
it and see what happens?
I'm assuming this is your...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she reaches out a perfectly manicured finger. Boop, boop. Is that enough, or should I?
No,
Take
no,
it?
that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, I think. I mean, I love doing it, but could I ask why I did it?
Your sister seemed to recognize it the last time you met.
Okay. That's interesting, I think.
And seemed to provide some kind of barrier against her. If she was
Really?
truthful.
Ah. Could I maybe have one of those?
I have none spare, I'm afraid.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work anyway, but, just in case. Always good
If
to
I
have
had one, I
a
would give
plan
it to you.
B. Or a plan T, in my case. I've been making them a long time. So, you guys are going to save Dakota, save the dwarves, that sort of thing. If you'll just pop me the well down, I'll disappear, be out of your way, and be out of Fiona's reach for a while, at least.
How are you going to get back, though?
I don't care.
You still want to use the well, knowing where it came from.
I mean, it can go wrong twice, surely.
Knowing that
Oh,
it
it
can
can.
take you to the hells.
Yeah, but oh wait, no. He said it wouldn't, so it probably means it would. Yeah, I got
It's
that.
taken us to the hells before.
Yeah, you said. I didn't remember that. Okay. Well, what I could do, I suppose. Y'all got any magical items you don't really want?
Florian just kind of stands there and just kind of is like, got
I mean,
nothing.
I know, Florian, darling, you're fine. You're just a magical being, all by yourself.
Idiots. What would you do?
I kind of need to get away. So, didn't somebody mention Balo was about?
We've spoken with him. Well,
Maybe I'll find him.
okay.
Sounds like a plan.
I kind of give a side glance to Miette.
Let me just see
Hello.
if she notices. She does. Lovely Miette, you know something about Balo? I mean, you would, obviously, being Tabaxi and all.
Openly give daggers back to Melissa.
Oh,
Kind of look to the ground a bit.
was I not supposed to know this?
No, it's
I'm sorry.
a
Melissa, honey, you ought to
complicated
cover up better.
relationship,
I'm out of
as it were.
practice.
Huh. Well, if you could just, give him a shout, I'll have a quick word with him. And, no? Okay.
No, I will kind of in my head, kind of, Belo, would you have a moment?
Roll me a d20.
Ugh.
This is Baylor we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Hit and miss, and I have no booze this time. Sorry, I was being cocky and thought with Susie being over here, my dice rolling was at an end for the evening. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Yeah.
You say these words in your head. And there's nothing for a while. And Vale's kind of smiling and waiting for something to happen. And you eventually hear in your head, "Hi. I'm terribly sorry. I'm a little busy right now, but if you leave a message, I'm sure that I'll remember who you are and probably get back to you. But have a fantastical day, whatever it is you're doing, whoever you are. Bye."
I've gotten the answering machine.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh god. Yeah, no, I'm not leaving a message. That is beneath me at dignity.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll just say to Bailey he's not responding.
Right. Fine. So, looks like I'm stuck here for a while. It looks like you are stuck with me, which is probably fairly dangerous for you and me. I mean, she's gonna try and take me, so she's not gonna
Vale, what would
be
a magic
very
item do
pretty.
for you?
Sorry?
You said you needed a magic item.
I was just gonna try and break them to cause a rift so I could step through. It's possible to do. You could, especially if you get like 2 or more magical items, you could kind of use them against each other. And with a bit of my own magic, I may be able to do a rift. Excuse me.
I've got a ring I don't use.
I mean, if you would be prepared, honey, to give that to me, it will be broken, if I use it. But if you're absolutely certain, I can give you something in return.
Oh, what can you give me?
What do you want?
Oh,
Give Vale a bit of a...
Yarrick, what kind of ring was that you have what you don't use?
it helps me swim, apparently, but I never swim.
Oh,
I mean, I know money isn't any good to you as a dwarf. You have all the money you need.
Is this one of those sort of deals with the devil kind of deals?
I mean, I am a devil. So technically, you'd be right. It would be a deal with a devil.
Don't do it, Yorick! It's a trap!
Yes, honey. I can't believe you said that. Why would I trap the lovely Yorick?
I don't know.
Oh. Well,
Why would you trap the lovely Yorick?
I mean, I wouldn't. Why would I do that? That seems unlikely.
Well, I don't think there's really anything I need. You can just have the ring, it's fine.
Oh.
I take it from Yorick's hand before she gets it.
Florian?
No, you can have the ring. It's just I'm just being extra cautious, and I'll chuck it far behind her.
Don't be so rude.
No handover, no nothing.
Florian, honey, it feels to me like you have lost some of your manners. And for that, I apologize. It's probably my fault. You're still very angry at me. I understand. But I generally was not trying to trick anyone. I will go and pick up the ring because you don't trust me. I get that. She turns her back on you, walks over, picks the ring up. If it makes you happy, Florian, that's what it's got to be. I understand. She places a ring on her palm. Looks at it for a minute.
Walk over to
Melissa, honey?
I pull off the I pull off the ring of warmth.
That's mighty kind of you.
And we give you this for a deal.
For a deal? Sure.
Not for power or for an item in return. I want a promise from you.
A promise I can do.
I want you to promise me that once we've dealt with Fiona, put her back in the dark pits where she belongs so she can never come back. That you'll come back and I'll get to see you again.
She puts her hand out for the ring.
I gently place it on her hand.
Melissa Vernoth, I promise you, once Fiona is safely back in the hells where she belongs, and she cannot get out because she's been sealed away, I will meet with you again. She takes a ring in each hand, starts to close her eyes. Fire starts to leap up from her fingertips, surrounding these rings. She slams them together, and there is a blinding flash of white light tinged with pink and purple. And you are all absolutely blinded for 20-30 seconds. And when your vision slowly starts to come back, Vale is gone. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Ooh.
So, that was quite interesting, right?
Mm.
That was a lot.
Pretty much. See, I just
Enough
had,
to start next session. Sorry.
all I had written down was goblin called Boblin. No, I had quite a bit prepared, but a lot of that was ad-libbed because the questions you were asking, I was like, oh shit, I haven't got the answer for that. Right, make shit up. So yeah, it was interesting. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for indulging me in making my characters do stupid stuff.
Can I just ask, has the rift disappeared with her?
Rift?
She was wanted to create a rift to get through.
Oh yeah, she literally that blinding light was the rift that she disappeared into, and once
But the rift itself has gone.
there is
with
no
her.
rift. It's just as exactly as it was, less veil.
Just wanted to make sure she hadn't left a gaping hole in the
In reality.
fabric of reality. Yeah.
Not as far as you can tell.
I take it the pink bubble's gone as well then.
Oh yeah, that's gone.
So we get to start next session with all of the dragons that were in the area descending on the area going, what was that massive surge of light and magic?
I mean,
Are you giving him ideas
They
again?
are now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I am sold. I got the fucking answering machine.
That's,
It's insulting.
I mean, you rolled really low, so
I know I rolled low. I'm still allowed to be insulted. He called me his favourite.
he did, yes. But
I know he says that to everyone and tells them all not to tell anyone else, but that's not the point.
that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Stop making it about me now.
I take that on board. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I have listened. So, yes. So, any questions? I'm sure there are billions, but let's do a quick round of room. Let's start with Yorick. Any questions or thoughts, theories?
No, not really. No,
No? Okay.
I have no questions.
No questions, observations, or anything like that. Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. Trellador.
No, not really. The only thing that you can think of is that the decision is looming about what to do with his dwarfdom. He's either gonna, especially if we're going to Drummond, he either needs to go in as an elf or a dwarf. He can't go as this sort of half and half. And actually, it might be easier to go as a dwarf than an elf because he can sort of hide who he is. So that decision is sort of becoming more and more
Pressing?
urgent.
Urgent, even. Fair enough.
Well, he was going to talk about it, but then it kind of wasn't in the moment because Reorx was consoling Yorick.
Yes, that was. I thought that was quite nice.
Character.
Sorry.
No, he doesn't care.
Character growth. Yes.
He cares enough to not make it about him for a moment, at least.
Yeah.
No, I think that scene was pretty spot on.
Cool. Thank you.
And Trellador was, showing some growth. The awkward pat was.
Yeah. So,
Pained him more than the scar.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's me.
Cool. Gus, let's have your thoughts on questions.
Not really questions, but I'm just thinking about the conversation I'm going to have with Bridris. It's like the birds and the bees about the dwarves and the dragons. I mean, I know we had one like last week or the week before or something when that big dragon flew over.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a proper conversation with her because if we meet a group of dwarfs, they'll try and kill her. If we meet a group of dragons, they'll try and kill me.
Yeah.
And so going to have that conversation and see what we can do about it.
Was quite interesting. I don't know if you picked up on it. The core dragon memory that she had.
Yeah.
That's something
Like
to think
reptilian
about.
sort of instinct to.
Should clue us in a bit more.
Definitely something going on there.
Yeah.
What other core dragon memories does she have that's going to get us into murdered?
Well, no, I was just wondering if we could maybe recruit the dragons to fight the devils. Fight Fiona. If we got a flight of ancient black dragons fighting Fiona, we might have stand a chance.
Interesting. Be it. Anything you want to?
I just mostly wanted to wrap York up in a blanket and give him a hot chocolate for that session. Because,
yes, bless.
It was kind of mean of me, but I still love that recap he did about, why is everyone so down? List all of their woes. But why are they down? And now it's like, and now Yorick has joined us, and this is a very terrible thing, and we must protect him at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If any harm comes to Yorick, I will kill everybody than myself. Yes.
Exactly.
I've only had Yorick for 61 sessions, but if anything happened,
that's the one.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Celeste.
Well, I was wondering, but not Celeste, because Celeste would never think about such things. But what would Fiona do if Freya was dead?
It's an interesting question.
Crossed my mind. And Florian's.
It didn't cross Celeste's, but it crossed my mind. But because it didn't cross Celeste's, I couldn't voice it.
Interesting. I mean, if she was still about, you could find out. Or you could have murdered her in her sleep. But you
almost did. I almost did. I had to think about it long and hard.
Sleep, sleep. Okay, anything else, Celeste, or is that you?
I thought you were Vale's bitch.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Did he not listen to any of that about it, how long
wrong
it's
cult
been?
member there, James. Wrong cult member.
Wrong cult member indeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Plus,
Florian is not a happy bunny.
well, not
No.
now. He used to be. He used to be all
Let's-
about.
No, I don't know if I don't get the feeling that Florian was into it as much as Melissa ever was.
Florian hasn't been a happy bunny since the sessions were in single digits.
Yeah.
Florian has been a happy bunny since Dakota was known to be kidnapped.
I was as much into it as Melissa was from the beginning, from the get-go, 100%. And then, obviously, certain revelations and that have been made known to us.
I imagine you
And
revealed it.
my dourness has just been absolutely sapping me up for quite a while in that regards. But on the outside, I am still very much loving and friendly. But
And on
Oh, are
top
you
of that-
channeling your inner Trellador?
And on top of that, I imagine that Florian knowing for certain that it's Vale's fault, it's not helping. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Indeed. Well, I was
Yeah.
going to ask Florian and
yeah,
or
there's that
Melissa.
made. And the one thing is that I'm almost Florian is almost annoyed that after seeing the interaction whilst he wasn't there with them between Melissa and Val, is still quite annoyed that Melissa is perpetually in love with Vale. Like, can't see literally the devil through anything else, and it's annoying him a little.
What was I say? Better the devil you know.
Yeah. But I,
devil, you know.
yeah, personally, yeah, no real questions. Again, there's most of them are going to be answered in the next session or two, or however.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just interesting to know that was actually Vale.
Oh, that was definitely her.
But my reaction as well as Florian, because I always play like the character, and I instantly felt that fucking mistrust, absolute 100% mistrust. Don't even like get near her or
I
anything.
got that. Yeah, the 10
And
feet
I
gap and
remembered,
everything,
I had the well on me as well, so that's why I was like, I didn't want to go near her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very,
Yeah, that's
very
about it,
good. Very noted. Yes.
After we have done, I just want to look a quick 2-minute chat with you though, Chad.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Melissa, spill the
will
beans.
say-
What do you need to know?
In response to Fiddy, I would suggest that Florian is right on one regard on Melissa's view of but I'd suggest it's the other way around. It's just that Melissa's seeing the humanity in Vale through the demon, through the devil. While she's still quite conniving, there is something there. But no, it's still quite difficult. And Melissa's still kind of back at square one with how do I get away from this thing with Fiona. She thought Vale would have the answer, but Vale was just running away like she did. So it's going to be interesting.
Indeed. So, if there are any other questions, Terry, got any questions? No, surprisingly, no questions from Terry this week. So,
Shocked.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
I thought that was our New Year's resolution to come up with questions.
Well, I thought so, but giggling away in the corner. So, thank you all very much for playing. To the audience, thank you very much for watching. I know it was a bit wordy this evening. No combat at all. There was some looting to start, but,
Not enough looting.
not enough looting. No, low rolls again with the looting. Who knows?
I know. I rolled a, what was it? A 2, I think I rolled, and I
Yeah.
got a +7. It's disgusting.
And then you set the body on fire before anyone else could search it.
Always a
Yeah.
wise move. But,
Mm.
who knows? So,
She wanted to make sure he wasn't going to use the body again.
in the circumstances, I think that was a very wise move. Although possibly waiting until somebody like, I don't know, Miet had searched the body would have been a better move. But you do what you want to do. I'm not going to force you to do anything. So,
Well,
anyway.
no, I mean, did it right, obviously, because she was very, very angry.
Well,
She
yeah,
wouldn't
quite.
around.
She wouldn't have waited at all. And she didn't. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's good. So, thank you all again very much for playing. You were all very good at this game. Please
Thank
note
you,
this. You
Yes,
are
thank
very,
you.
very
Thank
good
you.
at this game. And, yeah, we will see all of you guys on Sunday for the Investigators, where that's also getting a bit weird and investigaty. Bit political, bit intrigue. Lots of skullduggery and shenanigans going on over there. Nobody trusts anybody. Also, dragons trying to eat us. Well, me in particular. But
Seems to be a theme.
yeah, dragons, man. Especially red ones. Don't.
Actually, that ones.
Just don't. Is my advice. So yeah, we will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, we're gonna end it here. So see you all later. Bye.